And hello, and welcome to the 5th anniversary live stream for PlanetSide 2.
Hey everybody, how you guys doing?
Hopefully pretty good. You might be here right now because we are patching again. That's to handle those issues that you guys are seeing this morning.
Yep.
There was disconnects happening, there was zone crashes.
Everything was on fire.
Yeah.
Everything was on fire.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But
we were really quick with the extinguishers, so
correct.
No worries.
And so that patch should resolve all those issues. It should also resolve a couple other issues that were spotted with the patch this morning, including the 12-month boost not working correctly.
Yep.
So we'll be sending out patch notes for that soon, but we had to run in here to do the live stream.
Right.
So let's see. It's been a crazy year of PlanetSide.
Lots of fun stuff happening.
And we've done a lot of stuff this year, but before I get to that stuff, we'll be doing some giveaways during the stream today. And they're going to work a little bit differently than we have done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Just chatting in Twitch chat makes you eligible for the raffles, and we're going to be giving away some of the 5th anniversary bundles today, and we'll be talking about what's in those bundles a little bit later.
Bang raffle.
Yeah. So typing bang raffle
technically works.
Yeah, technically works, but saying something nice about Rel also gets you.
But doesn't give you any bonus points. So
or so they
why
think.
even try? Why even try?
Or so they think. So what did we do this year with PlanetSide? We added orbital strikes to the game, which is pretty cool.
Giant, massive explosions to clear out bases and cause all sorts of havoc and mayhem.
And we want to make those more usable than they are right now, but they're already pretty cool right now. We revamped the implant system.
Took the old one, scrapped it, reconfigured it, rebuilt it somewhat from the ground up.
Did we revamp Indar this year?
We also revamped Indar this year.
I forgot about that. Actually, we revamped Amrish as well.
And added a construction-only base, or not a construction-only base, but we added a construction-accessible base. Yes.
We're really good at this. It's developing.
We also added meltdown alerts to the game with our critical mass update, and made it more. We tried to get the fights on continents to be more balanced, as well as get people to focus more on the faction level objectives.
Certainly makes it more dramatic too.
And then just lots of balance adjustments, which
all the balance, many
super
balance.
exciting balance adjustments.
Many factors.
Yeah. So, oh god, it was overwhelmingly positive. All the feedback, I really can't thank you guys enough as a community, and just please continue to keep showing your support.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
So yeah. Thanks for that.
You were so convincing.
I try.
So we did a AMA last week, and I felt like it was pretty successful. We had over 1,000 comments on it by the time we sort of called it a day.
Yeah. Last check, it was nearly 1,400.
And there were some really great questions on there, and I felt like we got some feedback from the community that was unexpected and helpful. So we're planning on doing those more often.
It's always a lot of fun to interact with the community. You know, we were in there for maybe 4 or 5 hours trying to get to every question, get to as many answers out there as possible.
So many questions.
So what are some of the feedback you would give to the community on how they interacted with us?
Oh yeah, so writing the super long posts is it's a little bit difficult for us to address all of those things because we all have different spheres of expertise.
So being able to answer all those questions in one post is tricky, so we're just trying to answer the ones we can at any given point.
Yeah, and also, like, actually a community member was kind of divvying up each question into posts, and that makes it a lot easier for us. Yeah, so that we can kind of sort through it, and different community members can jump in for different things without having us to step on each other's toes, which I think happened probably a couple of times, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, we were just trying to answer questions as fast as we could.
Yeah, it was a lot. Like I spent.
We try to read as many of them as we can. It's just like, you know, trying to be, the more concise the post is, the easier it is to just go rapid through and answer as much as possible.
And also the Beatty posts, guys.
We've talked about this.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, this is why we can't have nice things.
So what were some of the highlighted questions, though? The most common ones that
well, I mean, combined arms was obviously a very
discussed topic.
Yes, it was touched on quite a bit. We gave out some answers that people probably weren't expecting. So like the Japan server.
Yeah. So we've been investigating that. We've been hearing people talking about the sort of the Asian or just an international contingent that's on Connery, and we if the game is being popular with those regions, we want to be able to serve those regions better. So we've been investigating getting a Tokyo server up and running for PlanetSide. It sounds like it's something that we can make happen, and no promises yet, but we're in the process of getting all the stuff in place. The main thing that is a little tricky about it, though, is going to be allowing for the server transfers, because we don't have a formalized system for allowing transfer between servers. We don't plan on implementing a formalized system for doing server transfers. So it's going to be purely a one-way ticket, and we're going to have to come up with some way to make it a little bit more palatable for our database operations group.
Yeah. So the database operations group, like Nick mentioned, that's completely separate from us. They have their own, like they serve the entire company. So there's a lot that they handle. So these it just makes a lot of sense for it to be a kind of a one-off thing. But
none of these hurdles are ones that we can't clear. We definitely can make it happen, and so just stay tuned. We should be announcing something soon on that front.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of fun questions too. I particularly like the ones that were like, "What's the craziest thing you wanted to do, but we couldn't for whatever reason?" I quite like that one.
Which one was that?
It was.
Or what'd you answer?
The question.
What'd you answer?
Thunder claws or lightning claws and thunder
did see that one.
hammers.
Yeah. Okay.
I am a big fan, so
yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Melee
weapons
for
punch
a tank.
Exactly. To punch a tank and just flip it over.
Exactly.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Any other AMA stuff that kind of sticks out in your mind?
I was excited that there was a question about lore, because that's actually something I've been really interested myself. And as I answered in the AMA, we're working on developing sort of a PlanetSide Bible that we're trying to collect all the lore as it stands right now and make note of the places where there's huge gaps. There's also community created lore that we actually like quite a bit, so we'll be looking to maybe incorporate some of that stuff into the actual canon lore, and develop some new story to make just flesh out the lore of PlanetSide, because I think it's really it's got amazing potential. I love sci-fi myself. It has that whole Battlestar Galactica thing going on, but it has a lot of other sort of elements going on as well. There was a Neil Stephenson book called Seven Eves that if maybe you guys know about, that I definitely like some of the elements that are going on in there as well. So that's another thing to stay tuned for. We're going to be doing some stuff with PlanetSide lore in the coming year.
Yeah, and good job, Eclectic Drek and other community members who are kind of interested in that sort of thing. I think it'd be impossible to say that we read it all, but we have an interest in it, and I know I've read some stories and have been super impressed by it. So, yeah, it's a good thing to have community, more community. What impact? I guess what kind of word?
Community interaction and engagement.
Yeah. Engagement's probably the better one.
When you guys are passionate about the game and it shows through to us, it charges us to do better and be more excited about the game ourselves. It's a fantastic feedback loop.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's one of the reasons I love interacting with the community. You guys are so passionate, you care so much about the game that it really inspires us.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to get lost sometimes and just doing the work, because we've for the anniversary bundle, we've just been heads down, just drilling on this thing, and
it's been a rough month for me especially though.
No, with the broken finger.
So let's show off the first bundle, the Initiates bundle.
So
you have that?
Yes.
Let's pop that up on your screen.
Yeah, please.
Let's shoot it over to Raul's screen.
All right. So the Initiates, actually, so this year we have 3 different bundles, but the Initiates one has a camo for everybody, and I've been told that this camo is pretty decent this year. And a couple of decals, an anniversary horn, which I think is hilarious. Actually, I want to show this off. I know I'm not supposed to do this. It's going to interrupt our time.
Well, while you're waiting, while you're setting that up, there's a question about Player Studio vehicle horns.
That's a very difficult thing to do because of how audio works in our game. It's not just play a MIDI file and just dump it in there. Yeah, unfortunately. But that would be fun. I'm still waiting for a John Cena ant horn, dun, 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 like as it tosses over it. Okay, I think it should happen. We should probably slate some time for that. And also you get a carbine. So Empire specific carbine. It's either going to be the Lynx, the Zenith, or the Bandit for the different factions there. And they're gold and black. So I think it's fancy.
I like them.
Looks pretty
fancy.
good.
Yep.
So we can show off those a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just going to show off the horn real quick. Actually, you can see on the screen that I have the
TR
new Doku SMG, which is on test right now. All of the SMGs here. What am I doing? What was I doing?
You're going to show off the anniversary horn.
Right. Yeah, hold on. I was trying to find where my vehicles go. All right, so let's pull a lightning right here. And this horn is, like, everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. Galaxy gets it. All the vehicles get it.
You get a horn. You get a horn.
Yeah, everybody gets a horn.
Everybody gets a horn.
Yeah.
Or you can just type /lightning to do that.
Yeah.
I thought I had to do.
All right, check this out. Check this out. Are you ready?
Yep.
Wait, no, that's my lights. Okay. Oh, that's my something else. Oh, that's my something
you're not
else.
used to you
Got it.
don't like
there it is.
the
Jesus.
default key bindings.
No, it's so pretty. Okay, hold on. We had to wait like forever to do it again.
Like a whole 5 seconds or something.
Yeah, it's like a whole 12 seconds.
Oh my god.
Is it?
Yeah, I know. Man, those horn nerfs though.
Yeah, you're nerfing the horns pretty hard nowadays, man.
Yeah, there it is. Nice little plastic too.
Woo! I love it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's fun. All right. Yeah, it's super cheesy. You love it.
So speaking of all the cool stuff that's in that bundle, we're going to go ahead and give away one of those bundles right now. All you have to do to make yourself eligible for one of those bundles is have typed something in Twitch chat.
Yep.
And
since we started, or?
Yeah, since we've started, and I'm sure people are typing stuff now. Oh yeah, they are. And, Roxy will be the one handling the sort of raffle and contacting the winners of these raffles as the stream is going on. All right, so shall we introduce Zach?
Goodbye for now. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so we have been building up the team. Actually, very recently, we have added a few new members, which is super awesome. It's nice to be growing as a team again.
Yes.
So yeah, super thrilling. So this is Zach, Mr. Zach Antoine. Hi.
Hey guys.
Hi. Sorry.
Am I too loud?
No, you sound great.
It's pretty decent. Yeah. And he is a UI programmer that we hired when?
End of September.
Yeah, end of September. Sweet. So he's been around. And actually, we also hired recently a programmer, Garrett Brush, which has interacted a little bit on the AMA. Actually, Zach interacted a little bit on the AMA as well.
I think I answered 3 questions.
3 questions, right. Cool. So one was about, well.
I didn't answer the one about our favorite alcoholic beverages.
Oh, you didn't?
I felt like that was the one I was most qualified to answer at that point in time.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to speak out of turn.
Like, are we allowed to mention this stuff on stream?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't see why.
Do you have a favorite alcohol?
I'm a liquor kind of person.
Okay.
It was liquor, beer, or wine.
Oh, okay. That's pretty broad categories.
Yeah, nothing very specific.
Is there a specific liquor drink that you like?
I'm a whiskey kind of guy, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations to to Marv DE for winning that Initiates anniversary bundle.
Kazoo!
Enjoy that anniversary horn.
Yeah, so Zach has been with us for a little bit now, and he's just been tearing apart our UI. No, well, not tearing apart. That's probably a little bit more violent.
I've been building
it
up.
Yeah, and like investigating it and that sort of thing. So where have you, or what kind of work have you been doing prior to this?
Okay, so I'm a man of a particular set of skills, to quote Liam Neeson.
Nice.
Way back when I was in college, actually, I was doing Flash and ActionScript work on the side, and it was always just something that was there for me. And in 2010 or so, Steve Jobs declared it dead as a technology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it kind of held true, but you would still find people that were still using the technology. So my name, just having that on my resume, would have everybody coming at me just because, there weren't many people doing what I was doing.
And you were doing a lot of contract work?
Contract work.
Okay.
6 months to a
just
year.
Just contract work. Okay.
Yeah, floating from job to job.
Yeah.
Picking up new projects. And I think that's really helped with this job, just digging into an existing code base and I just want to clarify, this isn't a contract job.
Yeah, no, we're not borrowing him.
I'm not gonna leave. And
Zach is very much
permanent. That was a little bit spooky. That was a little scary for me too. Yeah, so Zach is on the team. He's a UI programmer, and what does UI programming entail?
So there's sort of an ambiguous line between a UI designer and a UI programmer. They sort of interact. The jobs kind of go hand in hand at certain times. But I would say when some people think of UI, they tend to think of the design side, making things look pretty, making things look cohesive, and they want the information to be communicated in a certain way. I certainly have to account for that when I'm doing my job, but I'm more on the functionality side of things, making things work, making the buttons actually do stuff when you press them, and actually bringing up the correct information and showing it to the player.
Yep.
Has there been any challenges so far? I mean, how have you acclimated to it? From me looking at you, it just looks like you hit the ground running and kind of just have been doing very, very well so far. But as far as your sorry, I know, make you feel so good.
Yeah.
But on your side, do you feel like you're learning quickly enough? Do you feel like there's still a whole lot to learn? Do you feel like you just dipped your toes in? What kind of comfort level are you at right now?
I think the tasks that I'm taking on really help drive the learning process for me.
Okay. Yeah.
So I can look at something and I can start going down this investigative path, trying to find the right places in code. And there's still tons to learn about this beast of a code base that I'm going through. But I feel like I'm taking it in pretty good strides and really picking up sort of the nuances of the system.
Yeah, you've been making a lot of changes so far, and basically everything that I've thrown at you.
You want to run through some of those changes?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure.
Why not? Okay, so if you want to switch my screen here.
And we see on chat that some of these people are thankful, at least one person, for the adding some of the additional info to the mini map. So
you're welcome.
At least one person. It's only one person. It's literally only one person.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Okay, so we've done a bunch of changes, or rather Zach has, since we took him on board, and one of which is that you have capture points that now show a padlocked icon on them when you cannot capture them, which makes it so when you're fighting to a base and it's this take forever, you're just trying to get there, and then you finally get to the capture point only for it to say no, you can't capture this anymore. That's a horrible feeling. So being able to know in advance whether or not a capture point is valid is kind of a cool thing. So there's one thing, and that's on the mini map here too.
It's in
we have
quite a few places. Yeah.
And we have faction population per region. So that's it's only when the map is open, so that there's there's no clutter there. The ISO counter now shows alongside the rest of your currency. Got some feedback about this feeling cluttered, and honestly, I agree. So we can definitely reevaluate and move. One option might be just to have it on the screen when you have a maximized minimap here, or maybe not at all. We're always open to change. It's showed on the tab screen as well, so you can quickly take stock of that sort of thing. And instead of just having it up in the window here, I think I accidentally showed off some new implants. It's fine.
It's all good.
So what else did we change? We changed a bunch of stuff.
The world map?
Yeah, the world map. So let's
drop down now.
So if you go to the world map, you can see the world map here, which is takes you. Normally, the screen was only accessible from the warp gate terminal, which is one place, and where you start, and it's then you never saw it again. So having the map more accessible like this allows us to do some cool stuff. Like if we, just for example, hypothetically, wanted to show which outfit owned the continent, or have scrolling text for which I don't know who owned it recently, or what the scores are and that sort of thing. We can make these, we can do some fun stuff because this is more easy, or it's easier to access now. Also, if you are stuck in VR training after a continent locks, you aren't just sitting there on the map screen waiting to if you can't get into the next continent because you're on the overpop faction, shame on you. You can actually go to the world map and then go to VR training, which you couldn't do before because it was only accessible from the screen. So yeah, there's that, and then you can open the map to go back to where you were. Just a bunch of quality of life stuff, like from the loadout screen. If you're in a loadout terminal, you can actually click on the boost button. It will take you to the boosts. What else?
There were some squad changes made as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, actually, I think most of them is kind of sitting in your change list right now. Just we're waiting because we want to get the rest of the changes in there.
You can sort your squads now, I believe.
Yeah, you can sort by
the different columns there.
Right, distance, cohesion, that sort of thing. So it's kind of helpful to have.
Cool.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of stuff that's on the way. Could have sworn we did more than that.
There's a lot more.
There is a lot more.
It's just
yeah.
You mean you don't have instant recall of everything we've done in the last month?
God, it's been a blur. Like I don't even know what happened. My life. Okay.
Okay. So shall we? Why don't you go ahead and show off the? Oh, what empire do you play, Zach? While you're pulling up the soldier bundle, like what's in the soldier anniversary?
Sad to say that I'm a VS member.
Don't say
you're
sad.
Well, not
How
sad
dare
to say.
you?
Everybody's giving me stuff about.
We're giving them a hard time
yeah.
because VS is a very popular faction.
I think
we're all
which is weird
like
for me
main
because
VS.
I'm kind of a counter-culture kind of guy. I like to go just like anti-popular usually.
They're techies and we're techies.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're all hip. We're all hip and cool. Yeah. So, what do we want to show off the other bundle?
Yeah. So
okay.
what? Yeah. Run it down.
Yeah, I already unlocked some of the stuff here.
Yeah.
But is my audio still okay? I moved the mic. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Yeah. So at the Soldiers 5-year anniversary bundle, so instead of the Initiates, you have the $3,999. It's $40. Daybreak Cash bundle here. It's the mid tier. You have a helmet now. The helmet is this kind of fancy stalwart one, and it has this super sweet shader on it. If I don't say so myself.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And the lightning gets some obsidian trim, very similar shader, and also this looks like super metallic. It doesn't emiss or anything like that, which I don't know if that's going to turn you off or on, but it's still pretty sweet regardless. And you have the let's see, we have the automatic scout rifles. They all have gold versions of them. They're super slick. And let's see. And then there's another set of decals with the superiority decal. Yeah, yes. Which are just they're the decals that have no number behind them. And that's kind of fancy. And also the 6-month heroic boost. Like everybody, they really like the heroic boost is one of the main draws to these bundles every year. So this is where you get it. And
I guess we can't tell people enough, even though it's pretty well known, but the heroic boost is granted only to the character that purchases the bundle.
Right.
I know that there's some people that still they struggle with that particular part and end up talking to our CS department, but just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. So it is on the character, and there's disclaimers on the bundle, so nobody gets so hopefully people don't get confused.
Yep.
So 6-month heroic boost, easy peasy. And we want to give one out?
Yeah, let's give one out right now. So same rules. All you got to do is have typed something into Twitch chat, and it makes you eligible for the raffle. And so good luck, everybody.
Bang raffle. Bang raffle.
Do we have any plans for Coltier?
This is a loaded question. You should not have popped this on me and straight.
Maybe we can wait till the end.
All right. Well, maybe. I mean, Coltier is obviously it didn't serve its purpose as the training continent, and we're going to evaluate what we want to do with that, and also other unused assets, really like Nexus and that sort of thing, as we move into 2018. So,
cool. That's fair.
So what are we doing for PS4? PS4 got some.
PS4. So we didn't quite get the implant system and Meltdown out as we had hoped today, but we are so close. So let me show you guys, if you can swing it over to my monitor. Here's a video of the actual implant system working on PS4. I know I showed a screenshot of this last time. Here is it working completely end to end. You can select your implants. You can equip them. We've tested all the implants. They work on PS4. You can upgrade your implants. So let's go ahead and upgrade the ammo printer here, and we'll upgrade it again. Sort of watched this clip a couple times. And you can also purchase your bundle packs. So the one thing that's missing, and I'll pause it whenever we get to that part. So there's a couple different ways to get to the actual bundle purchases. That's one of the ways. So, and we have the ISO recycler. Thank you, Zach, for getting the ISO icon to actually appear correctly in the store. But we already have this up and running. You purchase your packs. So here's the main thing that needs to be implemented: is when you purchase your pack. Right now, you're getting this same congratulations screen is currently being shown. We want it to show the actual implants that you're awarded. You can go and look at what you got in the inventory right now, but this is the one piece of the puzzle that's still remaining. The real thing that's preventing us from releasing implants to PS4 right now, though, is we're tying it into the Meltdown system, and the Meltdown system is still, like, it's very close, but it still requires some more testing. You do get these item unlock notifications, but that we don't think that's quite enough.
That's not sufficient.
Yeah,
but I mean, now that we have some UI, we can definitely hammer on all sorts of things.
Yep.
Excuse me.
So let's see, what else do we?
We got a winner.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we got a winner for the soldier bundle. Congratulations to Sev Arma Knights for that. Congratulations for getting that soldier bundle.
You won.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
Let's see, and also on the PS4 front, we do know that there's that technical issue with there's the Commander's bundle is not showing up on PS4, so we're looking into that right now.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna. Yeah, I mean, we have kind of a half measure queued up for the time being, but
yeah.
I mean, ideally, we want the bug to be fixed before we do the Nanite Appreciation Sale, which is that January or February?
That is February.
February. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully that'll be fixed by then.
Yeah, I don't want it to come to that.
Yeah. Hopefully before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there's a pretty good chance we'll get it fixed in the next day or so. But worst case scenario, that's where it'll appear again. And then, do we want to move on to showing off some of those Doku SMGs?
Sure, why not? All right, so if you don't mind swinging over to my screen here. So I should probably be in VR training, but, you know, who cares? So we released 3 new SMGs on the public test server right now, and you can kind of dive in and mess around. And these are all done by Doku. We contracted Doku out. He did amazing art for us. And you'll see plenty of these weapons on the way. So the TR SMG.
So
I know, it sounds good. That sounds great. Oh, hold on. I like that. So there's the SMGs are all kind of, they have you know, a real Empire specific flavor for most of them. And the TR SMG actually has what am I doing? This is, yeah, game design is hard. Has an attachment that you can equip that gives it a little bit more Empire-specific flavor. So the Trident Burst adapter here will allow you to not just use the SMG for shooting mans, but also let you use the SMG for super shooting mans.
Nice.
Hold on. See, I
like the spin up.
Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking? I was like, Jesus, people have no idea what we're talking about. That's yeah. So there was a community video. There was
oh yeah. Okay,
yeah, they was doing the low budget audio.
Yeah.
Cracks me up.
Well done.
Anyway,
whoever did that.
Yeah, I know that was hilarious. That was like the best piece of community content. I shouldn't play favorites. Sorry, but that was like the best thing that I've seen in a long time. A D7 mini blade gun. That's hilarious. Somebody should bite that name for life. Except make it a TR character. Yeah, so we're going to switch on over to go to the NC weapon right here. And the NC is the Gladius SMG. And it has kind of a thumpy...
Sounds beefy.
Oh, yeah. Sounds so good. All right. And this SMG, it hits with 200 damage model, which is the same as the Gauss Saw. So it's very chunky. Yeah, it's very NC in flavor. Okay, air vehicles. I have to run from that lady. And yeah, and it's an SMG. It's probably the least interesting, maybe, of the 3, but it's super solid. So
yeah, by far not the least powerful.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's an ammo type that can increase. I'm talking over this.
Go for it.
Our commander. Okay, you done? Okay. And it has a special ammo type that increases velocity by 50%. Normally not super useful on an SMG, to be completely honest, but it can definitely help you get hit confirms in that. Oh, okay, fine. Finally, I'm leaving, lady. All right.
lady.
Our commander.
Thanks, lady.
All right. And we'll switch on over to the VS. VS is probably the most interesting. Now it's going to look like we're biased.
Yeah.
But it's also, so the thing about VS is that it's just really easy to do interesting stuff because they're lore and because of, you know, they kind of embrace the sci-fi aspect of the sci-fi shooter. So, yeah, so you have the VES Canis, and there's, well, I guess we can throw a sight on it if we want. I could probably just purchase that. Let's just do that. And all these optics, 3.4x, you don't do that on an SMG.
You do on this one.
Yeah. Okay, so
Combat medics are
it's got this
infantry that can heal and
pop-up on
revive
it. I gotta get away from everything. Need to leave this world. Okay, so SMG obviously has a nice wind up.
Ooh, I love that wind up.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It starts out with a low rate of fire and then spins up to like the fastest rate of fire, but it happens over 2.5 seconds. So it's not realistic for somebody to hit that unless they're just in super close quarters, and then they can just kind of just like unload on people. And oh man, I can imagine some really fun situations. But there's also some unique attachments here. So one of them is the regenerative power core, which isn't. This is a 40-round magazine, so you might not find. Basically, what it does is it kills the long reload, and a long reload is just a longer reload that takes place when you have an empty magazine. With a 40-round magazine, it's more difficult to justify. But it'll basically just like always let you do the short reload. So if you have a habit of emptying out the magazine, this will be a little bit, it'll be something that you might have an interest in. But
I'm more of the reload after taking 2 shots guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Yeah. But the intent was kind of to pair it with this unstable ammunition. So unstable ammunition is, it makes the projectiles fatter, which there's been some very lively discussion regarding, but and some of those concerns are taken on board. The internal version is a little bit different. There were some nerfs to the cone of fire. And we'll go from there, throw it up on test, see what you think. But yeah, so the bullets get bigger, they get fatter, and maybe makes it easier for you to land a headshot, maybe it makes it easier for you to land, certainly makes it easier for you to land body shots. And so it gives you like a better chance to kind of like empty that magazine and feel good about it and lay more shots on target because the bullets are just bigger. So that's when the regenerative power core kind of comes into play. Anyway, that's
cool.
Yeah, I'm really digging these things.
So speaking of some more Doku stuff, we want to finally do it, show off what these other weapons are going to look like?
I think it's time.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
All right, let's put it on my screen.
Yeah.
All right, so here they are. Here's the TR ones. Oh, man.
Thank you, Doku.
There's the VS ones. Oh, God. I love them. Absolutely love them. And there are the NC ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know which ones are my favorite. I know I'm a VS guy, but man, those TR ones are looking pretty sick.
Yeah, they are pretty sick.
We're
all looking at the screen right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there they are. So what are we going to be able to reveal in the future? Is it going to be maybe some unique weapon mechanics that go along with these guns?
Well, yes. Yeah. I mean, we have to. We want to really hammer on the Empire-specific flavor of these things, and we're going to think outside the box a little bit and develop some unique mechanics, which takes code time. And fortunately, we have a little bit more of that now, so we can kind of hit that. And LMGs are going to be next. I'm just going to say it. Yep. LMGs, we're going to get a torqued TR LMG. It's just going to happen because we've been wanting it for so long. Super high rate of fire, low damage model, but just like blah, it's DACA to the extreme. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah.
Maybe even some UI elements that need to be implemented from scratch.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
Stuff.
Yeah, it means
numbers appearing over people when you do
Zach's going to be more busy.
Yeah, for sure.
So, let's answer this question. Are the old anniversary bundles going to be available?
So during Araximus, which we do sales during Araximus, and on the weekends I think we've traditionally sold some of the older bundles.
Yep.
And you'll probably see that come back again, as well as actually I've been getting requests for for doing the MKV Suppressed Platinum. Maybe.
Oh.
Are you cool with that?
I don't know. This is the first time you mentioned it.
I know. So I shouldn't have done that on stream. I think this is to pay him back for that cold tier question earlier. Yeah, we'll think about it.
Okay.
And the so the NS11A Platinum, it was the summer reward bundle. Like there's been some requests for older weapons. So
stuff. But yeah, I like things to be unique to the people that got their hands on them. So we'll think about it.
We'll think about it.
All right.
But either way, there's going to be fun stuff in December there, including like revamping the holiday directive. And we've definitely learned some things from the revamp of the Halloween directive. So, I mean, we've learned that people really, really love infiltrators, and they love it when you're using power knives, and they love it when you're running people over with the Wraith Cloak Flash. We're just gonna get it. Never mind. All right. Well, that joke didn't go anywhere. Anyway, yeah, but we'll be completely redoing the.
Sorry, I got distracted.
No, it's fine. The holiday directive, and you should look forward to some cool stuff, including new cosmetics.
I have a nice Araxmas thing to throw up. Here we go. Hooray!
Hooray!
So, what's happening for Araxmas this year?
We're not even there yet. You don't put up the holiday decorations till after Thanksgiving.
That's fair.
No.
Well,
yeah,
hey,
you know.
I
should know.
I'm on my street. There's people that are putting up their Christmas lights already, which that's not me though. And I don't.
Those overachievers.
It's Although you know what really made me feel sort of a jerk about it was we were walking by someone who was putting up their Christmas lights. Like, look at them putting their Christmas lights. It's not even Thanksgiving. Yeah. And then this little like 3-year-old girl ran out and was like, "Hooray!" Like she was like just totally losing over her dad putting the lights up. I'm like, I'm a jerk.
Yeah, you're a horrible person. That's funny. That is too good. Wow.
So, anyways, what's happening for Araxmas this year?
Well, I mean, it's basically that. Like, we'll talk about the revised holiday directive once we get down there, and if we have a chance to show off new cosmetics before that, maybe we'll have another stream in December.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Might as well, right?
Stream.
Yeah.
There might be some more fun things than even this are going to happen. I've already got some stuff planned.
Yeah.
But there's going to be new directives?
Yeah.
Good. Because I liked what we did with Halloween.
Yeah.
Cool. What else we got here? I think it's time to show off what's in the Commander's bundle. Get it over to Rel's screen.
Dang it, Nick! You're killing me, Smalls. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the Commander's 5-year anniversary bundle is it comes complete with everything else from the other two bundles, of course, as well as a neutral gold hex camo, which is usable across all factions, and instead of the Empire-specific color, it has a gray. And we have a Warbringer title, which is right now. This is actually well, hopefully it's fixed now.
It will be fixed now.
Okay, so the Warbringer title just applies to all your characters, but it didn't prior, and we're going to give out.
We got to do a grant after this.
Grants.
So for everyone who purchased the bundle, and thank you for purchasing the bundle so quickly. We will get the list of those people and make sure that you get that title granted to your account at the account level.
For show. Okay. And so we have some implants as well. Minor Cloak comes with it. Infravision comes with it. Counterintelligence comes with it. And what else? Main battle tank. Obsidian trims. So you have this right here. Yeah, it's kind of fancy. So just like the lightning before, and you have a 12-month heroic boost. I'll also hold a bunch of 9 basic implant packs. That's a bunch of implants, but a 12-month heroic boost. That's a year's worth of double experience. Well, 50% bonus experience.
Yep, and we've never done this before.
No.
So it's a pretty good deal when you try to figure out how much it would cost to buy that much boost.
Yeah. So people should dig on that.
Yeah.
And that being said,
shall we go ahead and do a raffle to give away a Commander's anniversary bundle?
The big one.
Same rules apply. If you type in Twitch chat right now, it makes you eligible for the raffle. And really good luck to everyone this time. I know that they want this one.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see what else while they're running that raffle. So what's going to be happening in the next year, PlanetSide 2? We definitely have some plans.
I'm just gonna wing it.
Wing it?
Yeah, let's just wing it.
Wing it with
who cares?
So, you want to talk about the unstable warp gates first?
Yes. Let's. Okay. So the meltdown system critical mass is certainly not perfect. but actually it's been creating some situations that are super tense and engaging, and we like those. And then other engagements that, or other situations where like you'll have just one faction running away with all the territory, and then it's impossible to deal with it at all. So there's some things we're going to be doing to change that, both how the system works. Congratulations. Yeah. I'm going to go on for a while, so let's just get this out of the way.
Fashion Zero on? Fascio Zero on?
Congratulations, person of the internet.
Yes.
You did it.
You did
it. Yeah, you did it. So yeah, we want to definitely address some of the meltdown issues that are cropping up, and we are definitely just hammering on the system as a whole, but also we're going to implement a system, one that we're calling unstable warp gates. And what it does is it makes the off continent, so the continent that has the lowest population, it loosens up on the population restrictions in that, or the population balance restrictions, so it can help get people out of VR training and onto a continent to do something. But it also makes it so you cannot trigger a critical mass alert. Basically, this is it's a continent that is not it's not in play, basically. So you can go there. The amount of regions kind of restricts, and you will get some very specific lanes to operate within. And once the population creeps up past like 100 or so, like 90 some odd players, then it'll unlock again, and then it'll become a real continent. But it's our way to solve having a continent that opens up, but you just don't have enough players to go there and do anything. Right now on live, you'll have people who are they'll build all their hives, and then they'll, wait, or they'll take all the territory, and then they'll just wait for the hives to tick up, and then they'll just get a free alert win. And we don't want that. We want people fighting nonstop, and also to help get you out of VR training. And yeah, what else? Okay, so that's probably the most the thing that we're doing immediately.
Yes, that's the thing we're going to be focusing on immediately.
Yeah.
The rest of the year.
Yeah. So for the next for 2018, we want to hammer we want to focus a lot on outfit play, on squad play, on leadership, and just a better sense of strategic importance. So like territory control matters. Progression for outfits is something that's going to be a big thing, and I know that certain outfits will be super excited about that. Yep. And really, the new player experience as well.
Yeah, we really want to encourage that leadership role.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people right now feel that it's a little bit of a drag.
No, it definitely is a drag, because I mean we haven't really rewarded players for doing this, and also we haven't made it super easy for them to actually do. It's like, I mean, have you ever herded cats? I mean, well, maybe not literally, but yeah, herding cats is kind of difficult, but as an open platoon lead, that's what you're doing nonstop. So we're going to try to flesh that experience out a little bit more, make it easier on everybody at all levels, so not just platoon, but also squad, and even below that, fire teams and such. Outfit, so more permanence for outfits, more showing the names where they matter. Like, you want to be an outfit that kind of like present yourself to the world and say that, we are this thing, and we're, come stop us, and that sort of thing. Where was I going with this?
No, that's pretty...
last thing I wanted to mention. Okay, so new player experience is also a big focus for 2018 as well. We have to revise the new player tutorials. Like, we need to make the whole experience more sticky for new players, while layering on more depth through the squad play and the outfit play and that sort of thing. We want the fundamental experience to be super easy to get used to and comfortable with as a new player, and that's something that we want to hit as soon as possible. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to creating some tutorials that are helpful to new players but still interesting for our existing audience. To have sort of time trial type things to run in vehicles that show you some of the unique abilities of some of these vehicles, and like some of the advanced ways of actually using them.
Yeah.
So
it's ambitious. We have ambitious ideals for the game in general, but also this year. I mean, we've been ramping up the team size, and we have resources now to really hit things out of the park, hopefully. So yeah, everybody's looking at the screen to waiting for James Floyd to finish typing.
So there's one of the questions is, are we planning to bring back competitive play? Competitive play is a thing. right now.
Well, yeah, it's community driven.
Yeah.
Oh, plan to bring back competition. Oh, I see. Yeah, so the PlanetSide battles they pretty much do their own thing, and we try to support them as much as we can. We're still a small team, so we just do as much as we can. But I can understand if we want. Is the question asking for like a more formalized approach to competitive play? Because that's not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely have a competitive scene.
At the very least, we want to help promote existing competitive play events, and there are places where these players gather, and we want to direct people to those places at the very least.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're going to try to do a better job about mentioning these things on Twitter, like when new events are popping up and that sort of thing. And also, like if there's an event that you want me to promote and mention, feel free to ask me, at least ask me the question. You know, say, hey, Rel, can you push this out on Twitter, help raise awareness, and I'm more than willing to do that. You know, most of the time here.
You wanna?
I mean, we're gonna bounce over these questions.
Okay, that the last one.
What about sanctuaries?
Yeah.
So sanctuaries is it's kind of a feature that's been in limbo because it requires a bunch of surrounding elements to make it work. As a social hub, that's fine. And this is the problem that the team ran into prior to this when they were developing Sanctuary like a year ago, is that there's just a bunch that you need to kind of do before it becomes a valid play space. Design-wise, I mean, I've been in there kind of tooling around with it with Terrain Editor and kind of fleshing it out a little bit more. It's not finished like art-wise, but we do have some things that are functional. Kind of, it's still up in the air whether or not we want to focus on doing something with it. There's more important things that need to be addressed first, I feel.
Yeah. But one of the things that I feel is important is it not only as it acting as a social space where players can interact in a place where they're not shooting at each other and stuff, is also to tell a little bit of additional lore. Yeah. And that, as I mentioned before, we're fleshing that stuff out right now, and it's going to take a while to transition some of that new lore or existing lore into assets and content for Sanctuary. So that's sort of the thing that's causing us to continue pushing it down.
Yeah. I mean, we would like to eventually, if it's not Sanctuary specifically, then, a social hub is nice. I think most games go through this loop where they, you jump in, then you're in your like little personal area, and then you go play, and then you earn the credits, and then you go back to the personal area and you send it, or you spend money and that sort of thing. That was actually, Global Agenda had a good loop. Destiny has a good loop for that sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Tech tree for outfits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nail on the head.
Well, so I put out. You probably didn't see it.
So you did tweet about this?
I put out a video today talking about 5 years of PlanetSide 2, and I mentioned doing tech trees for outfits.
Okay. So that's where they got that from.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. Do you guys even watch the channel?
I think they do.
So yeah. Some of that. Zach, you've been strangely silent.
No, that's not strange at all.
Oh, okay.
For me.
Well, fine. That's fair.
Zach just gets stuff done. That's what I've noticed.
I'm thinking about what I have to do when I get back to my desk.
Yeah. See? Okay.
There's a lot, though.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
How about we give away one more Commander's Bundle?
Yeah.
So if you guys type something in chat, that should make you eligible for this raffle. And let's go ahead and give away one more Commander's Bundle.
Do we want to go over some of the stuff that came out today? I mean, we went over some of the UI, but I mean, it's kind of late in the stream, don't you think?
Yeah, it's pretty late in the stream.
Okay. But we had mentioned prior that we wanted to go over, revise the patch, because a lot of like some important bugs got fixed.
So there's some bugs that we're excited that got fixed. Yeah. So
excited about bugs, like that's a rare thing.
Yeah, but I mean, so we showed off this bug in the last stream. Was the floppy phantom turret bug? Yeah. So
you can do that with my arms, don't you?
No.
It's like. Yeah, the second turret that spawns, the physics one, and it can occasionally like flip your vehicle and that sort of thing. And yeah, we showed it off during the live stream, and that's hopefully
fixed. Oh, it's fixed.
Okay, it's fixed.
Yeah,
it's fixed. Yeah, you can blame Nick if it's not.
Yep. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And then another bug that got fixed. That's sort of a big pain in the butt one was the remote spawn, where your vehicle would spawn on top of another vehicle and be upside down and all kinds of wacky states. So hopefully, that one we've fixed some cases of it. I feel like there's still some cases that might exist, but there should be a lot less of it, if not none of it. That'd be
if
awesome
anything,
if we didn't get any more reports of that.
Yeah, if anything pops up, just let us know, and we can continue to investigate it. Yeah.
Is that...
Is this
okay,
correct?
wait,
You're just typoing the name nonstop.
Okay. Okay, so the winner, congratulations to Matanza for winning that Commander's Bundle.
Congrats.
Yes. What else? Were there any other really neat things that we fixed with this one? There was so much. It was a pretty big... Oh, you want to talk about some of the rebalancing we've done to like the Liberator?
Yeah. So, I mean, well, the community has had some pretty steadfast opinions on the Liberator lately, and we kind of moved the Dalton back that direction, buffed the Zephyr, buffed the Duster, and the Tank Buster as well, and made some adjustments to ESFs to give them a little bit less tankiness against the against like shredder type vehicles and that sort of thing. So with combined arms in general, we're definitely moving. We're trying to find a proper balance point that meets our design goals, and also kind of respects what the community wants to see. So, more on the way, of course.
Cool. Do we want to any other stuff that we wanted to bring up?
I don't know.
No. All right. So,
I'm looking over at Paul and
yeah,
Garrett. Anything else?
Right. So. I just wanted to bring up real quickly that we got this double XP event that's running through till next Friday, and also a members double XP event starts on that Friday. We have an overlap there, so this might happen again in the future, but this will be the first time we ever allow for the overlap to create a quadruple experience day. So
if you had a firework gun, you'd be like setting it off right now.
Yeah,
quadruple experience.
Yeah.
Echo, echo, echo.
So, but when we tested this, what happened was the 100 XP turned into 600 XP, and it was with no boosts. So basically, the 400 XP was then adjusted by the 50% bonus that the members got. So that turned into 600. So it's wacky math.
Yeah, wacky math, exactly. Because population differences are going to factor in, and boosts are going to factor in, and then the membership bonus is going to factor in.
It's an absurd amount of we're crazy. We're giving away certs like you never believe. No, so you should definitely, if you have a membership, you would be crazy not to play on Friday.
Yeah.
So
do it now.
Yeah, and that's basically it.
Yeah. So thank you all.
Thank you
for 5 years.
5 years of PlanetSide
too. Yeah.
It's pretty remarkable.
Nice. Yeah. Most games don't really. I don't want to say they don't stick around because they're kind of they're in the background, but I think we've been pretty solid. And this year has certainly been rough for all of us, but we are planning for big and bright things in the future. So join us.
Happy anniversary, everybody.
Happy anniversary.
Or as was Derringer called it, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
We listened to your stream this morning.
Yeah. You can close it now. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.